everyone, I'm Gabrielle Mock, a dancer with BalletForte, and today you'll be joining me for a pointe shoe fitting. Before I go, I just wanted to show you guys what I like to do before a pointe shoe fitting. So I always like to stretch my feet with my foot stretcher because it'd be really uncomfortable if I had to do a pointe shoe fitting without stretched feet. And also I just do a couple of TheraBand exercises to strengthen my feet and my ankles. So basically what I do, I have one foot in the foot stretcher, and then with the other foot, I'm doing a couple of strengthening exercises with the TheraBand, and I do this for around a minute per foot. So while we're on our way to the dance store, I just kind of wanted to explain to you guys why dancers may need new pointe shoes. So after a while, like for me personally, after about 2 weeks, my shoes start to die. And basically what that means is that the shoe itself starts to break down and it really can't support you anymore. So in that case, you would need to get new pointe shoes. And the stronger your shoes are, the more support you'll have, and theoretically the better you'll dance. So I'm going to show you guys my shoes, and fair warning, my shoes are pretty dead. I probably should have had a fitting a while ago, but it's okay because there's certain things like jet glue, which is like a super glue that can kind of hold your shoes together for just a little bit longer. So here are my shoes, and if you're wondering, I wear Grishko Nova Flex, and I really love these shoes. I've been wearing them for about a year and a half, I would say. And so for today's fitting, I'm kind of looking for something new because I do really love these shoes, but I kind of want to try something else. So as you can tell, the box is pretty ripped up, the shank is pretty dirty, they're pretty bendy, so they're pretty dead. And another factor that goes into your shoes dying is obviously how many hours you dance, and since we are in the midst of Nutcracker season, we are dancing a ton with rehearsals and with our technique classes that we have. So your shoes get pretty dead during Nutcracker season and during any sort of big dance season. More dead than they usually would get if you're just doing classes. So another thing I'll be picking up when we're at the dance store is a new pair of ballet flats. And ballet flats are the soft shoes that you see dancers wear that are normally made out of canvas. And those also get pretty ripped up like pointe shoes. I've had mine, I wish I had them with me. I've had mine for like since the summer, and they have a lot of holes in them. So I will also be picking up a new pair of flats as well as a new pair of pointe shoes.
Let's go.
That's our Nutcracker! Well, the fitting is done, and I have some unfortunate news to share. I was actually not allowed to film during the fitting, but I tried to get as much footage as I could kind of the store. But I'll just go ahead and share how the fitting went and kind of talk you through what happens during a pointe shoe fitting. So once you get there, you have to sign in so they know you're there. And then they'll kind of talk to you about what you're looking for in a new shoe, or if you want to try anything new specifically. And I was interested in trying a specific pair of pointe shoes, so I told them, they got me the pointe shoes I wanted to try. Ended up trying them, and I ended up really liking them. I was still wanting to try some new brands or new types of shoes, so I tried a couple of other things. In total, I think I tried about maybe 5 or 6 pairs of shoes. So you just have to put on your toe pads. They give you little tight socks to put on, and you just go through, you try the shoes, see how you like them. For me, I try to look for something that is really supportive and will last me a while because I do tend to go through shoes pretty quickly. In the end, I ended up going with these. These are the Block Grace. I really liked them because they made my foot look really good, and also I felt really supported. And also, like I talked earlier, I did get some new flats, which I was in desperate need of. So it was a really successful pointe shoe fitting, and I'm really glad that I have new pointe shoes now. Okay, so now that we have arrived back in my house, we can complete the final step of a successful pointe shoe fitting, sewing your shoes. So of course your pointe shoes do not come sewn themselves. It's a very custom and unique process for every dancer, and every dancer has their own method of sewing their shoes. In order to sew your shoes, you're going to need a pen or a Sharpie or something just to differentiate your right from your left shoe, because they don't come like right and left like your normal street shoes would. Scissors, obviously, to cut thread and elastic and ribbon. Some sort of thread. I like to use this really thick thread because I feel like it holds better. Elastic. I do a crisscross elastic, so basically that means when they're on the shoe, they'll lay like this. And I like this better because I have a really narrow foot and I feel like it keeps my pointe shoes on better. And some people don't need that, so they just do a single elastic, which would lay like this. You're also going to need some ribbon to tie your shoes with. Some people prefer a satin ribbon, some people prefer a stretch ribbon. I like the stretch ribbon because I just like the way it feels better. And obviously you're going to need some needles to sew your shoes with, and of course your pointe shoes. So with that, let's get to it. So I've just finished sewing my very first ribbon, and this is how I like to sew my ribbons and elastic. I sew a couple of small stitches all the way around, like in a square, and I knot it off, just so obviously the thread does not come undone and my ribbons and elastics come off, because that would be not very fun. I like to sew my ribbon and elastic right where my arch is, kind of like the peak of my arch, because I feel like once I tie my ribbons and the elastics are on securely, I feel like it looks really pretty and it flatters my foot. And I also sew the back elastics right on the edge of the seam because I do have a pretty narrow foot and a narrow heel as well. And I feel like this way the shoe isn't really baggy on my foot, and I feel like it looks very pretty and flatters my foot and makes it look very nice. Okay, so with that, I just wanted to thank you for joining me for my pointe shoe fitting today. I'm very sorry that I couldn't get any actual footage of the fitting, but I just wanted to thank you for joining me, and I hope to see everyone soon in another video.